Welcome to the fifth part of our DVD. So in the previous part we looked at suspended chords. So this is what we are doing. Okay, so that's what we are doing in the previous part. So in this part we are going to be looking at quarter chords. So I made sure the chapters follow each other so that because these quarter chords are just inversions of suspended chords, but now I want to give you some different usage of the quarter chords. So this was our suspended 2 chord for the key of G. Okay, if I decide to invert this chord upwards, it will become a quarter chord. It's the same thing. Okay, so this and this are the same thing. If I decide to invert the suspended 4 chord, which looks like this, it will look something like this. Okay, or this. Okay, so this and this are the same thing. Okay, so first we'll start with the theoretical part of it. So the theoretical part of it goes like this. So we have our major scale. So if, for example, I'm playing something like a 2 on the key of G, my quarter chord will start from the 1. Okay, something like that. So if I'm playing, I'm supposed to use a quarter chord on A, my quarter chord will start from G on my right hand. So I will have something like a G, C, F. Okay, so the same thing applies. So for example, I wanted to play a B bass line, so my quarter chord will start from A. Okay, so okay, assuming I wanted to play a C sharp bass line, again my quarter chord starts from B. So it starts from a tone below. So C sharp, a tone below, so that's B. Then your quarter chord will start from there. So okay, then if I wanted, let's say, to play an E flat bass line, that's now my flat 6 on the key of G. That means my quarter chord is going to start from C sharp. So that's C sharp, F sharp, and B. Okay, so assuming I wanted to play a 6, that's E, so my quarter chord starts from D. Okay, and assuming I wanted now to play an F sharp bass line, which is my 7, so that my quarter chord starts from E. Okay, so E, A, D. So I have those quarter chords on the key of G. So here is my first one. I don't have a quarter chord on the 1. Okay, I don't have a quarter chord on the 1. I have one on, so my first quarter chord, I'm going to be using now the chromatic scale, okay, not the major scale. So I'm going to be using almost every key here. So I don't have a quarter chord on G, but I will have one on A flat, which will look something like. Okay, so if you wanted to play maybe 2 notes on your left hand, the other note you would play is an E. Okay, so you'd have a G sharp and an E. So and if you look at those notes properly, this is an E suspended 2 chord. That's why I was telling you that a quarter chord is just an inversion of a suspended chord. Okay, so G sharp, E, then F sharp, B, and E. So that's your flat 2 chord. Okay, so maybe if we apply what we were doing with the major and minor chords, let's say this movement we were doing on the 3, so maybe something like this movement. Yeah, make sure you check out the minor part, the minor chord section very well. So then, so assuming you wanted to go 3 to the 6 to the 2, such a progression. So instead of the 6, I'll play a flat 2 or a sharp 1 note. So my progression changes to 3, flat 2, then 2. Okay, so maybe I'll do something like this. Okay, so okay, so even in the progression we are doing, at the end of most songs you will have 2 to the 5. So I covered this in the previous section. Okay, in the, I think it was the major chord and minor chord section. So 2, then you will have okay. See what I'm doing? So we covered this chord in the minor section again. The 3 to the 6, which I'm now substituting with a flat 2. Then to the 2. Then to the 5. Then okay, that's another movement. So that movement, so from the 1, then you have, we covered this again in the major chord section. We covered all this chord, which is the major 6 over the 7. Okay, we covered this again, so that you have B, D sharp, and A. Then on your right hand you just have a G major chord, but starting from this D. So D, G, B, and D. So this, so A, B, C sharp, E, G sharp, and B on your right hand. Then on your left hand you have F sharp and E. If maybe you wanted to add another note, you would add this C sharp note. But since it's on your right hand, you don't have to play it on your left hand. So, okay. Then, so that's the 1 over the 3, but using this tritone. So So you have B, D sharp, A, then you have D, G, B, D. Then, so that's 5/6. So you have E, G, B, D on your left hand. Then you have A, D, F on your right hand. That's just a 5 chord. So, okay. Then to our flat 2 chord. So you have G sharp and E, then you have F sharp, B and E. Then to the 2, you can just play any normal 2 chord that you know, or a 4/2, or this one that I taught you. Then to the 5. So the movement, the last time, slowly now. Then to the 6, to the flat 2. Okay, so that's how you can apply the flat 2 chord in that progression. Then you have our 2 chord, which is the A. So for the A, you have